Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Well, it's Friday. I'm so glad you're here. And if it's Friday, you know what that means. We have Q&A. You want your question answered next week? All you have to do is send it into support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne and Friday goes there in the subject line, and I will answer your question next Friday. Whatever you have a question about, I'm serious. I'll help you out as much as I can. So that's what we have going on. We have a quote of the week. This is getting to the end of it. I have grit, not quit. Right? Is that you? No quit? All grit? You know, we have to make a decision to do that. Otherwise, it doesn't come easily. And by the way, I just want to make a little statement here. This is recording. And if you were with us yesterday, you know, in mid-sentence, boom, I was gone. We had an electrical shortage here. And it's funny because this whole little area is all self-contained. And you could hear the station going, bam, bam, you know, it was like out. Then we came back on, and then we were out, on, out, and then off. And as soon as Mark got the generator all going back again and what have you, electricity came back on. So it was only off a half hour, but it killed the show. So if you're interested in finding out about myth busting about not having enough time, that will be Saturday's show, because we barely got started and boom, it was gone. So that will not be recorded. So I want you there. Supplement of the week is our Digestims. And I'll tell you what, this is a very interesting supplement. First of all, any kind of digestive issues, it's interesting how having a little extra digestive enzymes in your system will make a humongous difference in how well you digest. That's number one. Number two, there's new research showing how effective it is for helping you with autophagy. Now, autophagy is when you fasted for at least 18 hours, and your body starts a rapid metabolic cleanup. And it's just, it's one of the ways that your body gets rid of a lot of stuff quickly. And there's dead cells, there's toxins, there's bacteria, there's all kinds of stuff that your body actively goes after. It's little Pac-Mans, right? Also, it goes after stretched out skin, cellulite. It goes after skin tags. It goes after stretch marks. My stretch marks are gone from simply doing the autophagy and also the collagen loading that we do. I recommend the two of them together. Collagen, do it 3 times a day. You get it with bone broth. You do it with bone broth once a day in a soup or just a cup. Perfect paleo protein once a day in a smoothie or collagen shots, whatever you want to do. And taking your beauty sport. I take it twice a day. I take it in the morning and at night, and then the fasting. 18 hours or even a little bit more to encourage autophagy. So the Digestims merely enhance autophagy. Yes, you can do them on an empty stomach. You're not doing like the whole bottle, just a couple. You're not going to do it so that you're going to feel acidy and all of that. It's just to encourage what's already happening. And it's just very effective. It also helps a little bit too with ketosis, because oftentimes what happens with ketosis is, we go into ketosis, or we think we're in ketosis. We're not quite all the way there. We've emptied it out of our livers, but it's also, the glycogen, but it's also living in our tissues and in our organs and, wherever. And it takes a little bit longer for some people to get to that place. Digestims help with that. Digestims also help with healing. Believe it or not, that when you're in a place of healing, it'll just munch down those bruises. I knew this when I was in a car accident and I did a bunch of digestive enzymes. Huge difference. So just keep that in mind. Even if you don't think you need digestive enzymes for digestion because your digestion's on point, maybe you need them for something else, like autophagy, right? We had a holiday webinar this past week, and I am telling you, The call was actually it was last Thursday, and the call to it was, let's not throw the rest of this year out. Just because the holidays are coming upon us doesn't mean that we have to go full board, diving into the, Halloween candy and then just letting the rest of the year go. It happens. I mean, I know this from personal experience. So I'm going to suggest we don't go that route anymore because it's not helpful. It doesn't do a thing for us. It just makes January that much worse. And I've got a plan for that. I've got a plan for that. I've also got an idea that, one of the things that I love about our Take Back Your Life journals is being able to take maybe a long-term goal and shrink it down, compress it to fit into the space that we have. And we are going to do that. I'm doing a workshop on November 4th, Thursday, November 4th. Mark your calendars. That's, I guess it's a week from today or a week from yesterday. And that is going to open your eyes. It's going to show you what is actually possible, even during the holidays. It's not piling on, it's getting clarity. And you are invited to this if you own a Take Back Your Life journal. If you don't, go get one, savingdinner.com/journal. And don't forget, one of the things that I do is I will sign it to you because I want you to see that I see you, I know what you're about, and I know how you feel about making sure that, you're getting something done. You're ending the year well. I want to help you with that. Seriously, I really want to help you with that. So go get it. Go watch the webinar. It's at savingdinner.com/holiday. And then you can buy your journal. TikTok, Instagram, you're going to find us there. So we are at Saving Dinner on TikTok. And, obviously on Instagram, just search for Saving Dinner. You will find us. We also have been, by the way, these books flying. And again, I personalize them to you. This is Getting Off the Carousel of the Crazy. I think this was my big aha moment when I recognized that what I did with all this dieting and up and down was a culture that I had bought into. And it was also something that I had made a decision to step away from. So much freedom comes with that. And such a better life comes with that. But why do we do this? Well, it's all in the book. And what can we do instead? And what do we know about our brains? And how can we opt out and start intuitively eating and start living our lives instead of constantly being on a diet or a plan or some other crazy thing? Well, I've got that in this book, and I hope you get it, savingdinner.com/crazy, so you can find out about it. Also, last but not least, our sprint. Wait a minute. Yeah, we were sprinting on Monday. Are you ready? I am. savingdinner.com/sprint. There is a webinar there. Yes, ma'am. There's a webinar there. It's going to tell you all about how to do it. I don't care if you've seen it. Go watch it again. Also, this is where you get your guide printed off. This is where you're going to get a food diary and a bunch of other gimmies that we have in there. An opportunity to get yourself some recipes as well. We've got some recipes that you can get. It just makes a difference. It just makes a difference when you have your ducks in a row. Seriously. It's not perfect by any means, but it's excellent, isn't it? So, and then the last thing that I have to tell you is that our ebook giveaway is coming to an end. We've been giving away a $37 value of crock cooker ebooks with every single purchase that you make in our store for the month of October. $37 value. And I don't know about you, but one dish meals in October with the leaves changing and the coolness outside, where you want to snuggle up, wear your mucklucks and parkas and warm woolly blankies. You want something warm and comforting in your crock pot, don't you? I've got some good recipes for you, so check that out. All right, we have questions. How about some answers, shall we? Let's start right now with Rena. Rena's got some questions. So Rena she says, I've been using a CPAP since 2016. I recently saw a new doctor and a sleep neurologist, and he said my CPAP has been recalled. Because the muffling foam inside flakes and emits both toxic and carcinogenic compounds. It's a Philips Dream Station if anybody else has one of those. So you might want to Google that and make sure that if you use a CPAP that it's a safe one, and I'm sure there's some kind of recall in effect. Anyway, she's waiting for it. She was telling about all the stuff that it's doing and all the things that can happen. And she says she's also been having respiratory systems that she thought maybe were COVID related, but undiagnosed, even though she's always tested negative for COVID, for both the COVID test and the antibodies. She can't sleep without her CPAP. And she followed the instructions to remove the foam, clean the machine. Her new CPAP's been ordered, but it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks. Do you have any more suggestions for detoxing for both me and your other lovelies who have affected CPAPs? Yes, I do. First of all, we just need to understand what our detoxifying pathways are. We pee, we poop, we sweat, and breathe. That's how we get out the toxins that are in our bodies. Otherwise, they get stored. What you can do is you can exercise and help sweat that out. That helps. A sauna really, really helps. And actually, deep breathing is helpful as well for detoxifying. There's a thing called box breathing, and it's just basically holding your breath for like 8, 9 seconds, letting it go for 8 or 9 seconds, then doing it again, then doing it again, doing it again, doing it again, doing it in 4s. That's a box, right? I think I'm pretty sure that's accurate. If not, you can look it up. But there's all kinds of breathing techniques that you can use. YouTube's your friend, and we'll show you detoxifying breaths, holding it, letting it go, and just doing a real deep exhale, mouth. Inhale with your nose, exhale with your mouth. It's very effective. And let's not forget the sweating with exercise too. I said that, but just that helps to move things along. Fiber is your friend. I want to see you get 25 to 50 grams, 25 at the bare minimum to 50 grams of fiber each and every day with the appropriate amount of hydration. Now, the reason why is that fiber holds the toxins that your body is putting through your digestive system, and it will carry it out. It can't carry it out if you don't have enough hydration in your body to move all of that fiber. Step up to fiber gradually. If you don't know where you are, find out where you are and just do a couple of days of diet and go online and see how much fiber am I really getting, in everything that I'm eating. So, and what we're looking at is net fiber grams, not, whatever the total is, because you want to see what the net is. So any carbohydrates less the fiber, that's going to show you what your net carbohydrates are, but your fiber is your fiber. Okay. Fiber is the fiber. And one of the things that happens if we have too many carbohydrates, that gets really inflammatory and hard on you. And it kind of offsets the good that the fiber is doing, but don't stop there and just maybe make an adjustment on how many carbohydrates you're getting in, and make sure that you're getting that you're moving that fiber through. Start low and work yourself up just a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And if your body starts to rebel and starts to push back, you get a little constipated, don't increase the fiber and watch how much you're hydrating. Remember, everything counts for hydration. We're talking coffee, tea, bone broth, whatever, anything that's liquid. And yes, I know you've probably heard that diuretics such as coffee and tea mean that you need an extra glass or 2 of water. That is an old wives' tale. It's an old myth. It's based on old science. The new science tells us very much different. It's slightly diuretic, and meaning, yeah, it's a little bit, it's more hydrating than it is a diuretic. So it still counts. All right. That's good news. Now, your hydration equation, don't forget, is your weight divided by 2 equals how many ounces. If you weigh 150 pounds, divide by 2, that's 75 ounces of hydration each and every day. Remember, you get that not just in water. You're not going to have to be a camel and drink all that water. You just need to make sure that the hydration is getting in. That's it, in ounces. And once you figure it out and you do all the math on it and everything, it's a big pain. But once you figure it out, it's really easy to do. All right. So that's what I have for you on that. She says, if we make chia shots, how long can they be kept in the fridge, or do they need to be made daily? You can make an chia. You can take chia seeds. You can make a jar of chia gel if you want. 2 tablespoons of dried chia to 1 cup of water. Put it in a mason jar. Let it sit on your countertop for about an hour. That's what I do. I stir it the first time, then I come along 15, 20 minutes later. Oh, give it another stir. And then it's done. Like by an hour, it's definitely gelled all the way. Then it can be stored in the refrigerator. That can be stored up to about 5 days. You don't want to go beyond that. Then it starts to get kind of yucky. Though I will admit to have taken more than that. But that also, now you can use structured water with that. You take that gelled chia, maybe a tablespoon, and you put it in your water. It makes it kind of taste fun. Put a little lemon in there, squeeze a fresh lemon. Can I just say this, and y'all don't get upset. I hope I don't sound bougie or anything like that. Let's get fresh citrus and skip that little plastic thing with the squeeze in that. It tastes terrible. And fresh citrus is so lovely and so nice. And you can keep it in a little container in your refrigerator, slice a little bit off at a time. It feels very luxurious and lovely. And there's vitamin C too, by the way. Fresh vitamin C. All right. Well, that was from our friend Rena. Then Tanya is asking, can you please explain how you suggest someone starts doing longer than 24-hour fasts? I generally do 18 to 19-hour fasts daily. I've done one 24-hour fast a few months ago due to circumstances and target trifecta food not being available. My goal is to use autophagy to tighten loose skin left behind from significant weight loss. Would you recommend starting longer dirty fasts or clean fasts? I am assuming clean fasts mean just water and nothing else. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Looking forward to any info you can provide. I will watch the replay. Thank you so much for you and the Saving Dinner ladies do to support us. I feel so much better eating Target Trifecta. Of course you do. Okay, so here you go. When it comes to autophagy, basically they've shown anything beyond 36, 42 hours is, at that point it's moot. It's a moot point. So what you want to do is there's several factors when it comes to fasting. Now, a clean fast is considered plain black tea, plain green tea or black tea, even an herbal tea, but you got to be careful with any kind of like sweet type of an herbal tea. Make sure there's no sweetener whatsoever in it, and also plenty of water. You can do a plain mineral water with no sweetener in it. Does apple cider vinegar, does lemon, does lime break your fast? Technically, yes. But do you need to do that? Maybe not. You don't maybe need to worry about that so much. The whole point of it is that would start getting into the dirty fast. There are people who just make this, nope, it's got to be clean fast. But you can also make a thing where maybe what you do, and I would try this for you and anybody who's like maybe in a weight loss plateau, which you're not, Tanya, or is trying to do a little cleanup and really stimulate some autophagy, is first of all, use some digestive enzymes on an empty stomach. Take them first thing in the morning when you get up, okay? Take them in the morning, or you can even take them at night when you go to bed, whatever. But allow autophagy to get a little bit of a bump from the digestive enzymes. That's number one. Number two, you can do a dirty fast that's 500 or less calories a day. This is the only time we count calories, because technically your body thinks, oh, we're fasting, right? And the same mechanisms are still at work, although your body's going to do better. There's just such a conversation about this, I'll tell you. And I've read all the things on it. But a dirty fast and a clean fast are two very different things. They both work. A clean fast, of course, is the fast on point, the one that's going to do all the real heavy lifting. But I would do maybe what you want to try for a week is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you have a regular you don't eat after dinner. You've already got that habit well established, and you break your fast when you're hungry. Period. We don't we don't time it. We just do it when we're hungry. And then on Tuesday and Thursday, you have a dirty fast day, which means 500 calories tops. And you can do that with bone broth. You can do it with paleo protein, and just doing a simple, very simple smoothie without all the, without all the usual. And we have recipes for that. It's in the Hot Melt Sprint group. If you just type in using the little search function, it looks like a little magnifying glass. And just type in dirty fast, you'll see, the whole program and everything that's there. So that's there for your help. Okay. Sorry about that. What else can I tell you about autophagy? Yeah. So how do you were asking, how do you do longer fasts? You do longer fasts by going as long as you can. So if you go 18, 19 hours, why don't you say, hey, let's see what happens if we go to 20 hours. Let's see how I feel on 21 hours. And we don't do it to the point of extreme discomfort. My longest that I have gone is 42 hours. And one time I did a water fast for like 7 or 8 days. I can't remember. I was in my 20s, and I was practically felt like I was hallucinating. It was really a bizarre experience. And it was the first time in my life I had my hip bones sticking out and I looked really kind of ghastly. But strong suggestion is Epsom salt baths. That's also a way of detoxing. And by the way, for Rena, who's listening, Epsom salt baths also help with the detox, and so do cilantro and parsley help with detoxing. And these are things too that are good for everybody. When you're doing it, when we're encouraging autophagy, we also want to be encouraging detoxification, because our bodies are naturally detoxifying all the time anyway. And we need support for that. We have the Vibrant Body Detox, which I absolutely love because it's not a violent detox. It's simply supportive of the systems that are already working in your body. And there's a huge difference between that and a lot of stuff that's out there. As we're doing this, the most important part of a detox, by the way, is the food that's going to support you as you're doing this. We don't want to starve your muscles. We don't want to, encourage that kind of thing and do too many juices and, then have a carb overload. There's a lot of crazy making when it comes to all this kind of stuff. We have to understand how the body works and work with it. And same with autophagy. Autophagy is like that too. How do we encourage it? How do we keep more? That water is, how much water you're taking in, absolutely critical, and it has to be on point. Same with all of this. So you just, it's like adding more fiber when you're trying to add more time to your fasting. Make sure that you've got a time where, maybe it's not when you're working, or you've got parties to go to, or, some other thing that, explain to the people around you, hey, I'm doing this and I have a reason why I'm doing this. Don't make an announcement at a party. Explain to your husband. I'm just saying, just so that they're not like, hey, let's go out for dinner, and you're saying, oh, no, I'm trying to do this, kind of a thing. So that's a big deal, and it's going to make a big, big difference. And it's going to help you as you do this to really get a cleanup on this. The other strong suggestion that I have is start lifting heavy. Heavy builds muscle, and it builds it faster than just little tiny girly weights. It does. And it's, what happens is when you lift a weight, you put a teensy tear in that muscle that you can't even see, and then it builds back better, especially if you're collagen loading at the same time. Got to be doing that. So I say, in order to get where you want to go, you need to do collagen loading and fasting at the same time. That is, and when you break your fast, go with collagen. When you break your fast, because when you're fasting all that time, you're not taking supplements either, by the way. No, ma'am, you are not. So when we're done with our fast thing, then that's when we start. And by the way, when you go with these longer fasts, do not do what I did. I broke my fast with some scrambled eggs. And I'm going to tell you, I ran 42 hours and I just all of a sudden finally got hungry. It was such a exhilarating feeling to feel like that. ate my scrambled eggs, and they were the most delicious tasting eggs I've ever made. And it was just butter and scrambled eggs, right? Butter and eggs. And I ran to the toilet, closed the door, and it was just like they were gone. So sorry for the TMI, but really true. What you need to do to when you come off a big fast like that is drink some structured water, the gelled chia seeds, a couple of tablespoons of those, or a tablespoon of those in about 8 ounces of water, and just allow yourself to get, rehydrated and reintroduced back. Maybe sip a little smoothie or whatever, and be home. Don't do it when you're out. So I hope that helps, Tanya. I think that will help you out. This is from Christy. I love Christy's question because she's asking some really good stuff. She says, thank you for all you do for us. Do our goals need to become I am statements or just declarative, affirmative statements? You can do it the way you want to, but I believe with all of my heart that we use I am statements because they are declarative, they are affirmative, and they are powerful. I am is saying, this is who I am. I am who I am, who I am, just like Popeye said, and it just makes all the difference. She said, for example, is it okay to say and write, I use my time wisely? Okay, so that is too short. And it's also what our brains understand is something that we are doing in real time. So I use my time wisely is, okay, so what does that mean? What do we put that around? I am using my time wisely when I blah, 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 blah is how I would do it. And the reason why is then, your brain isn't wrapping its brain around what time is and wisely is. Your brain doesn't understand the concept of time. It just understands what is happening right now. Do you understand that? Yes, we have our memories, and yes, we have our futuristic hand wringing and all of that. But what your brain understands and what your brain is going to connect to is what you're giving it in the present tense. So when you go and we're thinking about the past and we're emoting about the past, your brain doesn't understand that that's the past. Your brain thinks that's now. Or doing that about the future, same. And that's why you get more of the same as you go forward. Isn't it funny? But if we go to this place and say, I am using my time wisely at work. I am using my time wisely, in the evening. That kind of thing. We put it on a particular event. And the more specific we can get, the more able our brains are to help us to master this technique. She says, it seems your physical goal remains the same. I am an athlete. I consistently train in the gym and at the table. How do your goals change every 12 weeks? I am keeping my physical goal the same because it is something that I want to keep top of mind. It's something that I have struggled with in the past where I'm all in and then I get off and then I go back all in and then I'm off and then I take time off and then I say, well, I'm too busy. And then it's my carousel of crazy. So when I keep writing this out every single day, because that is the ticket, my friends, and it's why this is part of the training in the Take Back Your Life journal. It's that daily writing of those goals in the affirmative, in the declarative, in the I am powerful statement that brings it home, that lands it right here in front in your prefrontal cortex and keeps your reticular activating system looking for evidence to support that. You see? We're working with our physiology. This is how we operate. This is the way we're built. It makes all the difference in the world. So I keep that going, maybe I'm going to be one time, I'm going to start getting a little bit more specific, but for right now, this is my, my second go round with my journal, and this is what I've got written. But maybe I'm going to say I'm getting stronger, or I'm going to enter a bodybuilding contest. Not hardly, but If I made a decision to do something like that, that would, my goal would then encompass that desire that I have. That's what these goals do. They encompass a desire. And listen, while we all want to use our time wisely better, what does that really mean? You know, does that mean I don't want to spend as much time watching TV at night? I don't want to stop. I want to stop binge watching, you know, Netflix, or I want to stop playing games on my phone. So that there's calls to action followed. So what can I do for that? And that's part of the homework, by the way. Anybody who's bought the journal, you got homework sent to you. Get the homework done, because that is going to really help you to delineate what is what. The more specific you can be, the better you can be, because then your brain can say, aha, yeah, now that I can do. That I can do. I don't get what wisely, I mean, I don't know. But this, you want to finish this project. You want to get this done. You want to crochet those booties. You want to get, you know, whatever it is that your brain can understand the projects that you hand it, right? And, you know, what does this mean is what you need to be asking yourself, so that you can get very specific, so that you can get your brain on board. She said, in my desire to make better use of my time, do I keep the same affirmation but tweak goals every 12 weeks? Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think this goes back, use this question against what I just said. Are you specific enough? Using my time wisely, what does that mean? For me, it might mean something very different than somebody down the street. I can't tell what this is, but using your time wisely means, you know, that you've gone through the time blocking exercise and you know where the holes are. And therefore, you know what needs to come next. What can I do instead of that? This is causing me problems. This is eating up my time. This is, you know, all of that. So that makes a big difference. She said, am I overthinking the process of making 12-week goals? A little bit, but that's okay. And you know what, Christy, I am going to, let me just tell you this. I think you obviously have the 12-week planner. Listen, on November 4th, when we do this workshop, it's 7 p.m., but I'm telling you, it's going to go long. It's going to go long. I'm going to open it up to hot seats. I'm going to open it up. You can hand me your goals and I will help you to get specific. Whoever's there, we'll stay as long as we need to do that. The thing is, this is what I know. When you're asking your brain to come aboard, you have to be very specific, because here's the thing. Otherwise, it's like saying, hey, come on board, and you have no assigned seat. You don't know where you're sitting. You're just standing there in the middle of the aisle. Everybody's piling up behind you saying, lady, can you go sit down? And you're saying, I don't know where my seat is. I don't know what he's doing up there. But this is what I'm talking about, because I want you to have, 1, a first class seat. 2, I want you to sit where you want to sit. And 3, I want you to get what you want to get. You got to know what that is. And you got to get down to the why. And you got to really drill it down and get very, very specific. And we're going through the whole thing from soup to nuts all the way through on that workshop on Thursday, November 4th. So show up for that, please. And all you have to do is you'll get your invitation if you own the journal. It's only open for journal folks, because I'm not going to explain this program without the journal. It doesn't make sense otherwise. So I hope that helped. And I'm excited for you, Christy, because questions like this tell me you're doing the work. And when you're doing the work, you're going to get the results. Funny how that works, right? Funny how that whole thing works. So thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget, tomorrow is Soulful Saturday. Soulful Saturday. Going to want to be here. We're finishing up our myth series. We're going to get into some really cool stuff the following week. And if you're interested in joining us for this workshop on Thursday that I'm talking about, all you got to do is go to savingdinner.com/holiday to watch the webinar. So you also get a free holiday plan with it. So $17 value. And anybody who buys this journal will get that plan immediately sent to them with your receipt in your email. How about that? To keep you on the rails, keep you from going crazy and losing all of it. We have how many days left? 63 days left in this year. Don't you want to end it well? I know I do. I'm ready for it. I will talk to you and see you tomorrow for Soulful Saturday. Peace be with you. Bye.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.